That was quite the delectable feast. I haven't had such lovely company for a meal in... well, I suppose I've lost count of the seasons. Naturally. You were the first to befriend me when I moved to this lake last month. You told me about city life and taught me how to interact with city folks. I should be the one thanking you. Now comes the part most would find tedious. The cleaning of dishes. But... you might want to stand over here for this part. Water, hear my command. Cleanse these vessels and leave them sparkling. It appears the table we used has been cleaned as well, and also the chairs. I won't be sitting in those anymore this evening, but that's okay. You see, there are certain advantages to having dominion over water. I just get carried away sometimes. Huh? Yes? Oh, I do hope I'm not being too showy with my magic. It's just that I rarely have the opportunity to demonstrate my abilities to anyone, save the occasional startled deer or confounded tree snake. Which is why I moved closer to the city. It was getting rather lonely in the high mountain lakes. The water does most of the work. I merely supervise. Speaking of water and its uses, would you care for a bath? In there, the lake is beautiful tonight, with the moon out and all. Yes, of course. These waters would indeed be unbearably frigid to a human. Apologies. What feels like a gentle caress upon my scales must feel like thousands of tiny daggers on human skin. A shame. So now... Heading home? Right now? But the night is still young and... Actually, I cannot allow you to depart just yet. You see, I've claimed you. Yes, claimed you. Oh, that sounded rather possessive, didn't it? I meant to say I've, selected you for something important. You can leave if you wish. I'm not some monster from your ancient texts, keeping prisoners in my lair and then feed... It's just that, well, I've been contemplating a new vocation of sorts. No, nothing like that. It's a service I might provide to city folk who travel past these shores. Specifically, an ASMR clinic. Are you familiar with the concept? Yes. You have been selected as my inaugural client. My test subject, my beta tester? So, you'll stay? Excellent! Splentabulous! So, this will be most illuminating. Let's go into the cabin then. Yes, I like this cabin too. I grew wary of residing in burrows. There was scarcely enough room in those for my literary treasures and assortment of collected items. One man's trash is another man's, Lamia's, treasure. This cabin provides ample space for everything I want. And I do enjoy stretching my tail out. Sometimes I like to swing it around like so. Lamia workout of a sort. The previous owner of this place was rather eager to sell after I emerged from the lake during his morning fishing. No, don't look at me like that. I was just scouting for properties. I found him to be rather agreeable, actually. I offered fair compensation, though his haste to depart suggested he might have accepted far less. Oh well. Anyway, do make yourself comfortable. As for the ASMR I plan to offer, I call it aquatic ASMR. Water Lamia and all. I'll show you different things and you'll need to tell me what you like and what you don't. I'm rather uncertain about what humans might enjoy for ASMR. You are such delicate creatures, like Lamia. We're accustomed to, well, catching prey with our rather sharp teeth, rending flesh from bones, and, oh my. Perhaps discourse on predatory behaviors isn't quite appropriate for a relaxation session. How terribly gauche of me. So, ASMR. Have you made yourself comfortable? Would you like a blanket? I've been studying this ASMR thing through my collection of texts, and it appears that combinations of sounds, visual stimuli, and tactile sensations can trigger this response. I'd like to try various triggers on you and record your opinions if you're amenable. Okay. Let us commence with the first experiment. Immersion. I filled these little tubs with water at what my research indicates is an optimal temperature for human comfort. Should really have thought about that before I suggested a dip in the lake earlier. Anyway, I will now place your hands, that's right, into these tubs. Nice and warm. Now, let us create some percussive fun. Let me grab your arms and assist. Splash, 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 splash. Are you experiencing tingles? Waves of relaxation cascading down your spine. A pleasant cranial effervescence. Oh, you've merely experienced getting wet, I see. It appears my enthusiasm has exceeded my professionalism. Please, let me dry you immediately. How mortifying. There. Do you think you would have liked it had I not held your arms and splashed them up and down in the water? Okay. I see. Perhaps something magical next. I shall now make water bubbles and float them around your head. Oh, don't worry, of course I was not planning on popping one over your face. What makes you say that? I will only float them, I promise. So, what's the verdict? Truly? Phew. I shall mark floating bubbles of water as a successful trigger on my meticulously prepared documentation, which should be, right. Oops. The disadvantages of having such a long tail. Knocking things into tubs. Never mind. I have made extra copies. Now to put these bubbles of water back into the tubs. Excellent. Are you ready for experiment number 3? Controlled bubble formation through assisted exhalation. Just a fancy way of saying I'm going to put this straw into my mouth and blow into this cup of water. Tell me, do you like slow bubbles or do you like fast bubbles? What should the speed of my exhalation be? Like this? So, what do you think? You enjoy it, and my face is wet. Did you experience ASMR? Hmm? The bubble sounds were pleasing, though. Excellent. Let me write that down. Now for something that combines both visual and auditory elements. I've crafted this rather special item myself. A prismatic glass sphere of my design. The stained glass catches the light, while the water within creates the most soothing of sounds while in motion. I'll simply dangle this orb from the end of my tail and swing it around gently, like so. Observe as it rotates. It casts kaleidoscopic patterns across the room, especially when I hold it up to the light. Watch the colors. You are feeling sleepy. Sleepy. Wait, are you feeling sleepy? Oh, okay. Feedback? Aesthetically pleasing, but not ASMR inducing. I understand. Not to worry. And I have just one more thing to try. I've been most eager to demonstrate this next item. This is my rain drum. Kind of sort of drum. It really is just a thin surface of wood with a hollow base. I'll use my magic to make the water form into teeny tiny droplets, which will land on it like rain. Listen. See how the drops catch the light before landing? I seem to have lost control of a few wayward droplets. I do apologize for any unintended facial hydration. Oh? Truly? The errant droplets were pleasurable and refreshing. How fascinating! I will record that. Alright, that's all for tonight. I do have another list, however, perhaps I should save it for another day. I feel as though my talking is disrupting your relaxation time. But you do feel relaxed? That's positive feedback then. Before you drift off, I want to thank you very much for being my first, test subject. Test subject sounds so technical. My first ASMR friend. Thank you for being my first ASMR friend. Now, if you wish to sleep for a bit, you can. I'll grab you another blanket. Don't worry, you're safe here. I won't try anything funny while you sleep. I promise.